Hi, this is Kim Pinkney, and welcome to day 11 of my 100 days of making comics. Day 11! Alright, so right now I am working still on the first page, and I am trying to create the panel where Willa looks up and she sees one of the statues looking back down at her, and I'm going to create the relief that is. But today I focus more on creating um, Ace, revising Ace to kind of resemble or be inspired by Brad Renfro. I like his hair. The other guy that I had for Ace, I think I'm going to change him into another random character, maybe a non-player character, but just somebody else in about. And let's see, my muses are talking to me. I've got other stories in my mind now that this one is starting to solidify a little bit and come out on, now that I'm almost, more than halfway through the first page and a few of the panels, and not even a quarter of the way through my 100 words. The other stories want to come out, and my muses are barking in my ear. You should have did this one. No, you should have did this one. This one would have been shorter, more concise, like some other people are doing on YouTube. And it was funny, like day 9, I think it was like day 9, day 10, I was getting kind of frustrated. I was getting to the point where I didn't think I could do some of the things that I wanted to do, and which is finish, because these muses were like telling me, you should do this, you should do that, and your artwork sucks, do something different. And then it's like, okay, well, you kind of want to do this story, and this art style would work great for that story. And then other stories are like, well, this would be inside this. So all I can do right now is fight the feeling to jump onto another 100 word challenge and leave this one kind of hanging, or not word challenge, but another 100 day of making comics challenge, because the artwork would go perfect with another story that I've got. And one of my muses is telling me that this story that you want to do is shorter than this one. And I guess in reality it's not, because I have different offsets of that story that I want to work on as well. So, so I don't tease myself. I'm not going to entertain those thoughts. I will document any ideas that maybe pop into my head to try to sway me from this one. But I'm really in love with the story and the world and its characters and all the new things that I keep coming up with. I had never had so much fun writing and drawing characters and laughing to myself, which is even weirder. And when I do tell other people about the story and the story ideas, sometimes their eyes kind of light up, and then sometimes they offer me a little tidbit that makes me laugh, and I gotta include it in there. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. So if you can't tell, anyway, right now I'm just creating Ace, and I'm going to try to do all his different facial twists and turns and whatnot. But for now, I think I only do the first three, turning to the right, and then I could always reverse it and have it turn to the left. I'm not so fond of the hair because I really want to keep it simple, like maybe solid shapes, solid colors. Nothing too fancy, nothing too exotic. Just something that could be reproduced like a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Their hairstyles didn't change as much. Even if it was blowing in the wind, it wasn't changing all that much. I need solid shapes so I can reproduce this stuff pretty fast. So anyway, um, that's what I'm working on right there. But again, my muses still speak to me. And I want to so badly talk about the other stuff, but I use this narration, voiceover stuff, to uh, help myself keep things in perspective, help me build up the characters. And when I think out loud, it also helps me to um, brainstorm a little bit better. I'm and it's funny, I'm talking with my hands, so it's probably making noises on my uh, microphone, so I gotta stop doing that. But anyway, I'm that excited about this, and I gotta go to work in about 2 hours. I have to hit the road in 2 hours, and it's kind of frustrating. It's like, I want to spend more time on this, but whenever I start to get discouraged, or like just doing like a panel that was difficult for me because it's not, I never do backgrounds. I always focus on the person, and I just do people. And I can do people all day. I love it. I love doing character design. But I need to get out of the mindset of just doing characters and work on doing backgrounds and give the backgrounds personalities and feelings and emotions. That way they stand out more, and establish the scene a lot better. But I've but part of me keeps saying that people are only going to look at it for a heartbeat, just to get the idea of where they are. Unless I have something in there that's like significant, something funny or something that is like, oh my god, what is that? So maybe just to keep it interesting to me, maybe I'll throw one of those, oh my gosh, what the heck is that in there? Um, and let's see. So with doing some of these characters like this, it just makes it faster, and then I can reuse some of the images that I create. Um, so brainstorming some of the other things, I'm just trying to not to listen to the other muses, because there's, oh gosh, I want to talk about the other stories so bad, but no, 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 this is not the time. So let's see if I can brainstorm a little bit of more about what I need to do going forward. I In order to stay motivated, especially when I'm like really frustrated over something super difficult and super boring, like doing the backgrounds, it's like, if I don't do it, who will? And then when I really start to get frustrated, I start to watch other people's 100 days of making comics. Sometimes I'll just get my whatever I'm eating, come to my computer, and just watch someone else's stream. A good one that I watch is Kevin Cross. He's the creator of this challenge, and he uh, just is had gripped me on so many levels, as far as the things that he's going through, and his progress, what he's making. And I think the ones that are a lot more fun to watch are the ones where you can actually see people doing stuff. And not so much where they're showing their day-to-day life and crap, unless it has something to do with what they're working on. And that's what engaged me into what they were doing. So like um, with a person like Will Terrell, who's doing his 100 weeks, his 100 days of making comics, he's incorporating his experiences with his baby and his family. He talked about how he was lonely at one time, and he was finally blessed with a family, with love and the affection that he's wanted for so long. And a lot of people can, including myself, can relate to that. That's just beautiful. And he's a lot of fun to watch, and he also brings in other things. For everybody that I watch, I learn something new. With Kevin Cross, I learned a lot about mods. Even though I wasn't a mod. We had a few mods in my high school at one time, but we just thought they were strange kids. And they were borderline punk slash what was it? Like goth. They were like so borderline. They were edgy kids, but they were good kids, so I couldn't really say anything bad about them. And they were nice people. I just wasn't part of their group. But they were some nice folks. I love their styles. Anyway, so I got to learn a little bit about mods from him, with some of the other things, that like how to persevere. He had gone through some really crappy stuff. And if you've been drawing for other people, I've drawn caricatures and drawings and did work for other people and was frustrated out of my head because you have to take their vision and turn it into something that will keep you motivated. So what I could understand when he was roped into something that was just, it just about devastated his life, so, or impacted his life to where it is today. We aren't there. There's two sides to every story, but the way he tells his story is so heart wrenching. It's just incredible. So, learning from others' mistakes and also seeing other people's heroism, how they suck it up and turn uh, chicken crap into chicken soup. And that's one of the things I like watching those two particular people. Kevin just is amazing with his turnaround, his positive outlook on things, and as much as his circumstances frustrate him, he doesn't attack them like, oh, that blah 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 and this that and the other. It's not about that. It's about his personal change and how he's focusing on himself and his daughter, and it's just a great uh, example of what you can do when you put your mind to it, and your heart and your soul into bettering your life, as well as your artwork and your comics. And I've been watching the art casters and whatnot, and that's been really inspirational too. So watching the 100 Days of Comics is really making an impact on my artwork and what I want to do, what I don't want to do, and helping me to get focused. I've also been watching a few other folks. Another one of the people that I've been watching on the regular is, let's see, in between my watching the political scene unfold, Qualesi. She's like a French. She's in France, and she's making her 100 Days of Comics, and she goes through her life, shows us a little bit of France, and she just does different things. Let's see, and she shows tidbits of what she's working on and things like that, and that makes it a lot more interesting. Um, but to be in another country and to show your perspective in comics is pretty awesome too. Watching Corbra right now as well, and I like how he goes in, he does his drawing sessions. It's not so much all about what's going on in his life right now and how it's impacting him, but he does mention some things that he does, and how work impedes, who impacts him, but he works around that, and he makes time for it, which encouraged me to make time for my stuff. And I am taking a lot of time for my stuff. I wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, work on my stuff until about 4 in the morning, until my son has to go to school. And before he goes to school, he's a teenager. He's about to graduate as well. We share the same computer, so he gets on my computer, does whatever he wants to do, and then I take a nap until about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I hop on my computer again, start working, and then hopefully by about, like right now, it's like 2 p.m., 2:20, I can start to do my narration, and then upload my stuff to YouTube, and also hopefully maybe some of the things that I show you maybe inspire you on your journey. So you have a great one, and I'll leave you at this. And then, let's see, what else can I say about this? It's so hard to stay focused when you've got so many other story ideas that just want to pop up. And I've got a lot of other little projects. I've got other people hitting me up for drawings, and I think that's fabulous. But I so want to stay focused on this. It's consuming. I love it. But yet life does get in the way, and thankfully so. So again, thank you for watching. I apologize for any noise that you hear in the background. That's my son talking to his mate, my oldest son. So you guys have a great one, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.